Hello and welcome back to Tabletop Dubshot, a live action role playing game with all baristas. Today with me is Bela,
Valentina.
PE,
Luca.
and Jordan.
Pierce.
Last we left off, we had a bit of a time skip from the events of chapter 1 of our story as our players started making their way north through Stakaria, through different regions as they are making their way originally down a red and orange brick road. It's not a yellow brick road, as they are headed to the town of Veltar, as they have been tasked with investigating more of what is happening with the Crystal Talons, as a little bit more investigation was done behind the scenes before they were officially sent on this mission. The notion or this idea that the Crystal Talon was in search of spell components of a larger magnitude, of components that were a little bit more valuable, a little bit more rare, led everyone, including Weaver, to believe that it was for an incredibly powerful spell. Archforge had only heard of one of the other spell components, which was the Feather of a Rock. And with that, the only known or last even sighting of a rock happened in the very far northern reaches of Stakaria in the Skyfang range. But obviously couldn't really truly make their presence known, can't send a whole banner in search of the Crystal Talons. And so our group of friends have been dubbed the people that will investigate this. And so they have been sent on a reconnaissance mission of some sorts to try to figure out and investigate what's going on. And so they are making their way to a town further up north where they have a contact that they don't know, but will be meeting by the name of Mr. Greeneye. On the road, they were helped a little bit on their journey by two halflings, Corinne and Halton, who kind of showed them the simple life and livings of some of the people here in these coastal areas as they got to fish for a little bit. As they parted ways with Corinne and Halton, our friends continued up north down this road, being at the base of a smaller mountain, like a large hill of some sorts. And that is where we are now. The first thing that reaches you all is the sound. It's low, it's distant, like the mountain itself is almost letting out a groan of pain. And the next thing you guys feel is the tremor. It's a rolling vibration that is shaking the actual earth and soil. You guys almost feel your boots humming with just the physical vibration that is happening. And the third thing that you guys, just moments later, that you guys face is utter chaos as the forest in front of you, deers bursting through the tree line, their hooves drumming on the earth as they're sprinting downhill past you, eyes with just worry, headed straight to any place away from this sound. You see off to the left a bear's literally crashing through the underbrush, eyes wild and wide. Birds above you scattering in a frenzy of wings, screaming. The sound is almost fully overtaken by the sounds of these animals. And then you smell, you've been by the coast, it shouldn't be that weird, but sudden just wet dirt. The smell hits you guys, and just a gust of wind as through the tree line you see a massive towering wall of water. It incredibly tall. It's pouring down the mountain, trees just vanishing in an instant, and it's not even a blue or a clear water. It is at this point brown and black, as tree and mud and dirt have fully just been encapsulated by it. I need everybody to roll dexterity saving throws for me.
My goodness. Did I try to jump onto a tree or something? Was that?
You can
Do I
attempt
remember
it.
that correctly?
I'll say if anybody wishes to attempt, you do have a second to do something before we hit this
Okay, I
dexterity
was just
check.
about to ask.
Yeah. Normally, I think I would jump straight into the dexterity check, but if you guys have a moment, at this point, it's probably about 50 feet away from you, but it is fast approaching.
How close are we to each other?
I think you guys would probably still be within, I'm assuming within arm reach, but I'll let you guys decide that.
I think we'd be walking together.
Yeah. Pierce is going to pull out his immovable rod.
Ooh, very cool.
Does it? I don't remember. Does it like extend or anything, or how big is it?
It doesn't extend. Or no, I'm so sorry. I think we did say that this one would extend.
It doesn't have like a size.
I would say probably even at its most long length, it probably is not that long. But I would say you can make it like it could extend long enough for the three of you could grasp.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
And then like smallest, maybe like almost like a track baton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna put it horizontal to the ground instead of like vertical, and extend it as far as long as I can. Hey, everybody, get in front of it, so that way we can kind of hold on to it, and it's like holding us there, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if we get pushed into the rod.
This is happening in a split second as you turn, face it, extend it, and you guys are able to hold on. Is there anything else you guys are trying to do in this moment? Again, this is like one round of action.
I'm going to make sure that my tummy is against the immovable rod and not my back, because your boy's not very strong and cannot deal with a broken back when we're walking from town to town. So
spine damage. Oh, I
go tummy
that.
first. I have been doing crunches at night. I don't know if that adds anything to my strength score. I'll leave that up to you.
I thought we were doing dex.
Yeah. Strength? Well, this feels more like strength to me.
And I lied. I am looking at this. It is going to be a strength saving throw.
Yeah.
That's fine. Can I keep the same roll that I rolled?
The rolls
good. Okay, great.
But so before we go into the rolls, is there anything you guys would like to do? Because this also, thanks to the movable rod, we are going to do these rolls with advantage.
Perfect.
Oh,
but before we do, is there anything else you guys are trying to do before we?
I think my eye and attention is specifically on Buka, just in case I need to grab onto him.
Cool. And I'll count that honestly as your object interaction for Pierce. So you can totally bonus action rage. You can do, and you still have your action as well. And same thing for Buka and for Val.
Perfect. Yeah.
Can I detect magic?
Would you like to detect magic?
I would love to detect magic.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead. What's the range on detect magic?
30 feet, and I'm in the center of the sphere.
You don't sense anything obviously outside of that sphere. The water at this point, again, it's about 50 feet away, and it's approaching you. And the moment that it enters that sphere, so again, you're sensing this as the water hits, is you sense conjuration. High level conjuration.
Oh, good.
Cool. That is your action. Buka.
I am gonna bonus action. Well,
rage.
I mean, bonus action rage just gives me advantage to strength checks, but I already have that.
It's up to you.
You're already giving me that for the move.
I'll say this. Go ahead and make a quick perception check for Pierce. Go ahead and roll that. Buka, any actions for me?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cast heroism.
Okay.
On myself. So that way I am not afraid. And I get a little bit of health.
And you can also throw out a bardic if you would like.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to throw a bardic at... Pierce is a big, strong boy. I'm going to throw it at Val.
Cool. What'd you get? What was it?
15.
15. As you're looking at it, so as far as the advantage with strength checks, you feel confident seeing whatever that just you as Pierce can tackle that and handle it. With the force and the size of this wave that's approaching you, you feel like you guys are gonna take some damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
that makes sense.
So
bonus action rage.
Cool.
Yeah. As I'm like up against the pole, holding on to one hand, and my other hand is like kind of like next to Buka, but holding on to the rod just in case I need to grab a hold of him.
Cool. the rod being there is going to give everybody advantage on these. So anyone that didn't have advantage, so go ahead and roll a strength saving throw with advantage.
Perfect.
Thank you for the advantage.
I'm gonna let you guys know right now.
Mm-hmm.
The DC you're trying to hit is 22.
Mm-hmm.
I got 22.
Val, you have Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, great. So I can do it again?
You can roll an additional
D4 or D6?
No, it's a
D6. Or it might be a D8 by now.
I think it's a D.
Go ahead and roll a D8 and add to whatever your save is.
If I were to thunderclap, would that do anything to this wave?
To the wave?
Let me read it.
I'll allow it because it pushes, right? It is a concussive wave.
It would be thunder wave. Sorry. Yes.
But is there like a concussive wave to it?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Did you fail your roll? So actually, go ahead and everyone tell me.
Absolutely, yes.
Cool. Everyone, go ahead and give me the numbers.
18.
21.
21.
Oh, no. Damn it.
And for Pierce, what did Pierce get?
I got 22.
22, exactly. Wonderful. I'll allow you to do the thunder wave.
Yeah.
You will still get, I guess, well, we can just narrate it, but I will allow you to do that, and it's going to help you for the thing that is about to come.
Right. I would like it in my head. I would like it to help lessen the damage that I'm about to take.
Will you do this instead of heroism?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do this instead of heroism because I'm hoping it's an area of effect, right? And it says any unsecured object gets pushed away 10 feet. So I'm like, oh, like.
I love it. I'm here for it. So it obviously will. So because as you guys are looking as it's approaching, immediately, it is just a thing in front of you. This water is no longer just water. As you cast this thunder wave, and there's a point where the water in front of you gets pushed back, and you realize that there is another 50. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's another 200 feet of water rushing immediately behind it.
That's a big jump from 50, my guy.
Oh, so sorry.
Like 4 times?
I'm so sorry.
500 feet.
I'm reading the size of it. It gets pushed back 10 feet, but you realize that behind it, there's still another 40 feet of water that is. Perfect. But it lessens the blow as everyone that fails will still get swept up in this water. But you are all about to take half damage. And then for Pierce, we'll do half of that as you are getting an additional buffer, but it can't stop this thing anymore.
Right.
As I'm about to roll 6d10.
Mm-hmm. When an immovable rod meets a unstoppable wave.
I'm just thinking about like the color of this being like LA water, and then like LA water is attacking us.
Wow.
And it's icky. Shout out to the bartenders who know how to make LA water, though it's still gross.
You guys take 18 points of bludgeoning damage. Pierce, you take 9. That's on a save for everybody.
With my attention on Buka, am I able to grab him? Like, because he loses grasp of the rod, right? Or at least like to try to grab him.
I will let you make an attempt.
If I need to, I can use action surge.
You might need to, as this wall appears, and you guys just feel like there's this moment where Buka, as you cast it, so we'll narrate, and then we can see how we proceed from there. This wall of water that again has just become fully filthy with just the landscape that existed in front of you 30 seconds before. There's a moment where this tsunami hits you. There's a concussive wave, and to the left and the right and directly above you, the water has fully just almost created a bubble, and then the rest of it just hits you as you guys take that damage.
Mm-hmm. In that split moment where the wave seems to barrel around me, I throw up 2 quick shakas.
Boom!
Both Buka and Val, and I salute them as I'm about to get swept away.
Both Val and Buka, you feel just the force of it. Your grip on this immovable rod slip as you both start to tumble forward. With that, go ahead and if you have 1 second to do something. Obviously, I'll allow an action surge as well, but
I would like to cast rope trick.
You're allowing 1 second to do something with my action surge?
I'm allowing Pierce because he's the only one that actually succeeded in this.
Right.
Fine.
So I get 1 action essentially, but no, I have to use my action surge to get an action, right?
No. So this is
my action surge. I'd get 2 actions.
You can go ahead. You can do an action and then an action surge. But
Cool.
we're gonna allow Pierce to go first since he's the one that has some level of control of any of his functions or motor functions at this point.
I think my intention was already on Buka, so first action or attempt is going to be to like grab his like leg or his foot.
Go ahead and roll, and at this point you're in the water. Go ahead and roll a
advantage because I'm clean and therefore not slippery anymore.
Go ahead and roll athletics or acrobatics.
I think you'd get more grip if you were dirty.
I don't know.
Right? And then the water would.
You're able to grab Buka. You see Val to your right immediately start to go as well.
I will action surge. I guess because I've already passed like the grip test essentially. Can I say that I've like set myself up so that the pole is in my stomach and I'm not going to fly off both of my arms?
Pierce. Hold on.
You feel secure enough. Like you feel that in this, what would be 6 seconds,
right,
of a round, you feel like the water will pass past you or go past you. Your concern right now is knowing that about 100 feet away from you is the cliff that we established is like 120
feet. Try to do the same thing and grab.
Because of all, go ahead.
18
is a fail. You immediately, there's a point where your guys' arms interlock and then just slip through. Val, you are taken in the water. Val, go ahead and roll another strength saving throw. This one just a flat roll.
Not 20.
Oh, you will only take half damage. That is the best I can offer you.
That's fine.
As you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. And again, this bludgeoning, even though you're in the wave in the water itself, it's just the physical contents that are in the water itself. You, Pierce, grabbing onto Puka, trying to grab Val in that moment. I guess, unfortunately, fortunately for Pierce and for Buka, it's almost like a suction is taken off of you as the water moves past you, with Val still in this tsunami of water and tree and rocks and dirt, as you are standing soaking wet, still holding on to the immovable rod as you see the water surge forward towards the cliff. You have one final strength saving throw, Val.
Jeez. How far away is the wave at this point?
It is moving 50 feet per round.
Okay. Okay.
You guys have we're counting this as semi-initiative.
Right. Okay. I would like to use feline agility.
Okay.
It means I can double my speed.
Okay.
Until the end of my turn. So my walking speed is now 60 feet.
Okay.
Can I run after the shadow of Val?
You can. Again, Val at this point, this tsunami is 150 feet tall now. You could tell that just the physical motion of it has made it a little bit smaller, and it's honestly about 150 feet in height and about 150 in width. It's just a block of water. You can reach the water. What would you like to try to do?
Can I take the immovable rod with me and try to
Pierce? No.
Right. Well, it's Pierce's, but I take the rod with me, run, and then reach into the water to grab her and activate the rod at the same time. And unfortunately, I have to make another strength check.
You're gonna have to roll a.
I'm hoping to give Val advantage on her strength check.
Well, this is for you to get there.
No. Okay. Yep. Let's do it. I gotta try.
Yeah. Because the actual, I guess, like depth of the water itself is still 50 feet. Val's in the middle of this 50-foot
Right.
block of water that's still 150 feet tall. So the only way you could is you would have to jump in.
Could I
like
get there?
She's just physically beyond reach, even if you both are reaching.
Yeah.
Because she's fully in the middle of it. But
so I would be in the water with Val.
That's your one opportunity if you feel that this is what Buka would do.
Okay. Well, Buka did not cast heroism on himself, so I don't think he's feeling super brave. That was a PE thought. That was a how can I get to Val?
Yeah. I mean, you can run after the wave. You can hope for the best, but
you'd be like,
you can keep up with the water.
Stop.
Buka will run.
Come
No,
back.
Val, and just start running after the water. After I get my wits about me, Buka is gonna run after the wave, knowing that the wave is headed towards the cliff, and just kind of chasing after Val in this wave.
Cool.
Pierce, come on, Val's gonna get thrown off the cliff.
I guess I'll use a dash action to try to keep up with Buka.
Yeah, this is you guys just trying to. I think at this point, Buka and Pierce, this is you trying to not even stop the problem. Is just close. Deal with you. It's you trying to deal with the after effects of what is going to happen. Val, go ahead and give me one final strength saving throw.
Okay, but like if I get a nat 20 and I almost die, right? There's nothing else I can do in this moment.
Well, this will help for the thing that is to come. So I'll say also with this one, you can finally start to, because you had rolled that at 20 before, you're still in the thing. And I'll say we can add this into whatever you just rolled as well, as far as the economy of action of what you're doing. You finally know which way is up. You were just being absolutely tossed. At this point, you're able to finally, even though you're being still moved by the water, you finally find yourself and you can start to move and swim, which is an odd feeling, swimming above water, in water. Yeah. It's an above ground pool. It's great.
Yeah. I love it. So fun. I've spent summers here. So I got a 15.
15. I'll say that I think you still are able to do that. And with that last round, what's your walking speed?
30. Hold on.
Yeah, it's probably.
Is it 30? Yeah.
You were able to move 15 feet. You had 15 feet of swim. So I'll say that you realistically probably would try to reach the edge of this wave of water. But you are going to take.
Watch it go down.
The amount of damage is going down. They are still D10s.
Great.
But I'm going to go down.
No.
Not as great of a roll. I mean, obviously HP is HP, but 15 points of damage.
I'm napping forever.
Val, you start to swim towards the wave as much as you can. Part of the difficulty is the water itself, the physical contents that are in there. And there's a point where you start to see the edge, as again, this water is disgusting. And there's a point where light truly does make its way through. You start heading towards that. And in that moment, if anybody's around, the sound would be more disconcerting than anything else, as a log that is going 50 miles an hour hits you on the temple and things just go dark. As Buka and Pierce, you guys run to the edge of this cliff as the water fully falls, falling, as it takes a second in this 120-foot drop, and just as the water lands, mixing in with the water below, the waves of the ocean fully unbothered by what just landed. As the waves continue, Val has fallen. We will get to Val in a second. Buka and Pierce, what would you like to do?
I mean, we were following the water, so now getting to the edge of the cliff, roll like an perception or something to see if I can find a way down.
Yeah, go ahead and roll, and then Buka, go ahead, and if you'd like to roll as well, or do anything else. Perception or investigation would both be fine.
Oh, well, I'll do investigation. It's a little bit better. 19.
19 is a great roll. Buka?
Yeah. 7.
I think, Buka, your entire focus is on your friend, just this freak wall of water just swooping your friend up and then just taking her off a cliff. With a 19, the cliffs run parallel to this blue and silver brick road that you guys have been traveling on for this last part of the day. There is a point where that path that you guys would have continued on, it's not terribly far, but you know the time is of the essence right now. Probably about 200 feet away, there is a point where it would still be dangerous if you're not careful, but you feel that it is safe enough, as there is a portion of it's not even a man-made trail, but there is like an area where the cliff does seem to have just more climbing spots, and it seems to be more of a path than just steps, if that makes sense.
Right.
But do you see it? Do you head over there?
I don't see it.
Well, I'll say at this point too, obviously Pierce can communicate, but
Buka, I'm gonna go down. I think I found like a kind of path, but it still doesn't necessarily look the safest. So I don't know if both of us should go down.
Right. I can swim pretty well. I'll go with you. Come on.
As you guys are having this conversation, Val's just in the water.
Yeah, we're running. We're walking. We're running. That's a leisure stroll. We pause for a second. It's a 12-point
Smell the flowers.
Whether or not we should go down this cliff. Nah, we're running.
Val, go ahead and roll a death saving throw for me.
I got a nat 1.
Oh.
2 failures. What is Val thinking about as consciousness and life begin to leave her body?
She is thinking of all the mistakes that she had made in trying to mend the relationship with her parents, the life that they could have had together, to be the daughter that they wanted her to be.
Under the crashing waves, the logs and rock and the dirt and the mud that was part of the landscape above you sinking just a little bit faster as there's a little bit of air in your body, not a lot, and you're caught in this stasis of the crest and the crash of the waves above you and the bottom of the ocean below you. You feel nothing. Not a lot of pain, not a lot of much of anything in this moment. You heal for 11 points of HP as your eyes open and you see the face of a woman. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Do I see a woman's face in the water? The back of her head, maybe?
Not in this moment.
Hey,
What the heck?
So let me tell you again, if that was my role to save myself, I got another nat 1.
Oh God.
So but plus my perception is a 7, but I'm dying. Yeah, I'm
No, it's awesome. You just see the face of this woman, blue skin, fair features, soft eyes that you're so used to traditional, I think more people or humanoid eyes of the whites of the eyes, the sclera, the pupil. Like you're so more used to that, even amongst things that are not elves or humans. But in this one, the eyes are, you can kind of tell the faint edges of where the pupil is, but it's just mostly just black. It's almost like the pupil itself is just so large. I think just to allow maybe vision or any kind of visibility in the depths of this water. Hair that looks like people's hair. It is this silver and gray that, as you look at the edges of it that trail down this woman's body, it becomes seaweed and kelp. And as you look at the bottom half of her body, it is no longer the body of a humanoid. You see no legs. You just see one long tail of a fish of some kind. And then you're looking at her And in that moment, you just feel the pressure in your chest as you realize that you have to breathe. What do you do?
Yeah. Swim up. Who try to breathe, but like wave at the figurines like the nicest like gesture of thank you, but I gotta go.
You wave and you realize at this point that the surface is 50 feet away from you. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
14.
14. You feel the pain as involuntarily you breathe in and you can breathe fine. Part of you thinks, did I die? This woman is still just looking at you.
I swim back to her. Them.
You swim back. She's just staring. As you are now, I think, less of a state of immediate panic, and your body isn't feeling this incredible desire to breathe. I think originally with that 7 perception, you didn't notice it as much, but now as you are floating again in the water in front of this woman, of this being, of this creature, you realize that she is massive. Her torso is a 7 or 8 feet tall. The tail itself extends another 10 or 15 feet below her, and she just is looking at you.
I do my best to mime looking very perplexed and confused.
Did you hurt your voice?
I don't know if I can talk underwater.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
You can speak underwater.
How? Thank you for saving me, but I have so many questions.
Are you unharmed?
I think so. I mean, I got hurt pretty badly. And then I touch my temple and feel like a gash. And
yeah. You're at this point obviously not in the death saving throw part of it, but she puts her hand again. Proportionally, in the moment, it didn't really feel like it, but now you realize just again how massive of a being this person is. She puts her head or her hand to the side of your head, and you heal for another 13 points as the gash starts to heal. What is your name?
My name is Valentina. What should I call you?
You may call me Morelith.
That's beautiful.
I like to think so. What happened? And then you see that she looks up towards the surface of the water.
My friends and I were traveling. We were going by the coastal town, and this giant wave hit us. I don't know if they survived. Did you see anyone else?
There's only you.
I just hope they're okay, but that's really all that I know that happened, and then I blacked out and I'm here now. Did you see anything else?
I sensed something not from my domain, in the domain above. I sensed the water fast approaching. I came to investigate and saw you sinking, but it is not your time.
Thank you. I owe you my life.
Do you mean that?
Go
ahead and make an insight check.
Okay. So I got a 16 plus 6 is a 22.
You think? I mean, the question seems genuine.
Wait. Insight, right?
Insight, yeah.
Oh, sorry. 19.
19. You feel that her help didn't really seem selfless. It doesn't really seem like she's asking much of you.
Then you saved me. My life is figuratively, of course. I owe you a lot, and I appreciate you saving me.
What is it that you owe me?
You know, I don't know. I am just indebted to you in some capacity that I hope to do good for you in the future, so I feel like I am not indebted, but I am grateful, and I have so much gratitude for you.
Oh, okay. Then I will seek your aid if I ever am in need of it. And you see at this point, she is looking around. You are sure that you are okay?
I feel a lot better. I am conscious, so I am as okay as I can be after getting injured. I do think that I would probably need to rest, but as okay as I can be.
She smiles, and as she starts to smile, tears are it's a weird thing to see as she's as you are both underwater. She grabs your hands and puts them together, and one of the tears falls. You see it falling towards your hands. It lands. She closes your hands and just says, "May we meet again when you are not drowning. That would be good.
Very good.
Please be safe." And then she, still kind of holding onto your hands, almost seems to push away a little bit, and you feel a physical pull as you start to get taken to the surface of the water. The whole time she is now below you, she is looking up. She is just swimming, and there's a point where you are about to reach the surface, as you can feel the light get brighter and brighter. And then she smiles at you one last time, and then turns, and with a quick, almost snap of her tail, she goes deep into the water.
Oh.
And then as you crest through, I think at this point, both of you guys have found, again, there's not a true shore. You guys are truly at the edge of just a cliff and water on just massive boulders as the only true stepping areas that you guys have. And you guys are looking for a second, and then you just see Val surface from the water.
Pierce, I see her.
Let's get to her. Let's go.
How high is the cliff at this point?
Like, as far as where you guys are to the water?
Yeah.
Like 5 feet. Like, you guys are getting hit with water.
Right. I dive in ceremoniously and very grandly to go save my friend.
You hear swimming behind you.
Huh?
Val,
Luca?
Val, come on. Are you okay?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Let's just get out of the water.
Right, right. And then I wrap her up and help her swim to the cliff.
Yeah, I can swim, it's fine.
I stayed on the edge so I could help pull them out of the water.
I think it's, I guess, kind of like that feeling when you aren't in the water, like in a pool or anything, but that moment when you first jump in, it's cold, or like when water hits you a little bit, it's cold. For Buka and for Val, as you guys get out of the water, you realize incredibly quickly that it is freezing. And once you guys get back to the top, if you don't dry off, the elements will start to be a factor.
Right.
Let's make a fire.
Yeah, let's get a fire going.
Yeah. It takes a few minutes. It's not, again, impossible, but you guys are half scaling, half deep hike or steep hike, as you guys are on the edge of this cliff, and you guys are making your way up. You reach the top. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
He's just one of these. Let me see something. Nope. That's an 11.
What?
12.
Oh, 19.
19. We'll get into the 19, and I think I'll allow Pierce probably one thing that he wants to maybe like look at. But as you guys make your way to the top of the cliff, back to the path where you guys were, you guys see the utter destruction of the path that was the trees and the woods. Again, just off of where the road is. You could just tell immediately the ground has just been fully eviscerated. There are trees that have been fully toppled over, these massive, massive trees that some of them are on their side. You know that some of them went off of the cliffside. The ground itself, it almost seems like it has been toiled like a farmer would before planting seed. And it's just fully just destruction in front of you. It almost looks, when you're looking at it, Elsie, even with that 10-11, it almost looks like you could tell that the path of the water seems to have been diminishing. So closer to where you guys were, it seems the widest, and you notice the most amount of destruction just as far as left and right. But as it approaches the cliff, you see that it starts to taper off a bit. Taper off still being like 100 feet wide. But with Pierce with that 19, is there anything specifically? I'll allow you one thing that you could probably investigate, or maybe like a question if you have it.
I guess I feel like my question has to do with the fact that Val casted Detect Magic, and I don't know if I necessarily know the wave was magic. I feel like I'd understand that it had to have been, correct?
Oh, yeah. You're looking, there's no logical water source of where a tsunami could have come.
into the destruction, can I see like a starting point?
You do see a starting point. Again, you can fully just track because there's a point where, again, it's kind of a really scary, odd sight because there's a point as you trek about 250 feet, where, again, it's also at its widest, that the source of this water started from, and then it's just trees behind it. It almost looks like fully undisturbed trees. So the rest of the woods in the forest up this massive, again, mountain is like a really strong word, but the rest of it is fully undisturbed. It's just, again, just like a huge tract of land that has just been, so you can identify where the water started.
I mean, I'm going to walk up there. I don't know if the rest are going to follow me, but
we have to drive by the fire. We will die.
Yeah, I think we're still shivering unless you voiced your curiosity out loud.
Yeah. I mean, again, at this point too, you guys are more than welcome to start a fire, and then Pierce, you could walk over.
I'm gonna go just walk up this destruction and see if I can find anything. But you guys stay here. I'll be back.
Buka and Val, you guys start a fire. It takes a little bit to get started, as there's not, at least in this immediate area, obviously the rest of the woods are there. There is not a lot of dry wood around. And so you guys have to go kind of searching a little bit, but you guys are able to gather enough to at least start a small fire. And then you're also both magically inclined, so we can do some kind of like cantrip and stuff as well. But the wind is getting cold. At this point, it is afternoon. You feel that probably you won't get a lot of traveling done for the rest of today necessarily. Pierce, you get to the edge of the start of what the wave of water originated from. Go ahead and make a nature or investigation check.
Investigation. 19. Again.
You notice a pair of boots, or boot prints. Sorry.
Can I, if I want to do any like tracking type investigating, would that just be investigation again?
I'll say if you're tracking, it would become nature.
Oh, okay.
Specifically because of where you are. Any other environment, you really use other sources of information. I'll say with this one, it'll be specifically be like more nature.
Because I'm not necessarily trying to follow the footprints, kind of general direction of which way it went, but more so the size of the footprint, the weight of maybe into the ground it went into, and then also I'm taking note of roughly how wide the like destruction essentially, so like how big this wave started, to hopefully ask probably Val, just because I know that she has magic, to see if she goes to school, if she could maybe deduce the like level of spell that was used and maybe what spell.
Yeah, as you're looking, the boots are of a pretty decent size. Whoever it is seems to be they're not like super indented into like the ground itself, but probably of like a heavier weight. It's kind of hard to tell if it's because there's heavier, if they're wearing armor of some kind, but there does seem to be like a weight as you looked at the indentations. And you're kind of measuring where they're standing seems to be the epicenter of what happened. The immediate destruction goes from where you are, as you can see the footprints, 150 feet in one direction, 150 feet in the other direction. It is a massive area that has been affected.
And I walked up probably 200 feet or so.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah.
And you could tell that, again, it seems the destruction seems to have been tapering off, but whatever force was pushing the water forward was incredibly strong.
Did the footprints go back into the woods?
As you're looking, you don't see the footprints go anywhere else.
Like the placement of where the person stood has footprints, and that's it?
Yeah.
Interesting. They flew away.
They were incinerated.
Or they used rope trick.
Power.
Or rope
trick.
Okay, well, I
forgot I had.
Learning all of that, I'll start making my way back. Just for funsies, I'll, I guess, either roll probably Arcana to see if I know what like level spell would it take to do something like this.
Yeah, and you guys are all. I think you can do that as you make your way back. I think at this point you could probably get a decent sized fire going. Would Pierce just share this information?
Yeah, so I rolled a 16 for my walk back to see if I learned anything or if I knew anything about.
I'll say with a 16, as someone not well versed, I mean, it's a powerful spell. It's not something that you feel that thinking about people that know magic, obviously the two in front of you, Weaver, as far as like people you know well, you don't think anybody in the group of your friends could cast this spell.
Okay.
You think it's well beyond them at this point in time, but
I would share with them the size, the starting point, and how wide it was, more so for Val specifically. Do you know, I mean, obviously maybe not the spell specifically, but an estimated idea of like what level of mage or whatever it was that casted it would have had to have been to be able to do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do any kind of check you would like to make.
Would that be
whatever you want? Whatever you think would make sense for what you're trying to investigate.
Let's just do a nice little investigation check because we're trying to investigate, right? Oh, I got a 9.
9. Does it change at all for Arcana?
Yeah, it makes it a 6.
6. Cool. With a 9 investigation, I mean, obviously you could tell it's powerful enough. As at this point, you guys are sitting down, drying off at this point. You're looking at even the trees that are fully uprooted close to you. You guys are using one of them as a seat. The roots are deep. Like, this is not a small tree. And so I'll say even with that low of an investigation, whatever it was powerful enough to fully uproot these trees. And obviously and you guys can see it as well, but once Pierce shares with you just even the width of it, and you guys saw how tall it was truly like 200 feet above you at some point.
I experienced it.
Yeah. So whatever it is, you just know that it's incredibly powerful, but
big,
not naturally made. This is not a natural occurrence.
And then from my detect magic earlier was conjure, like from the School of Conjuration, right? Yeah. So Pierce, I just know that it's from the School of Conjuration. I haven't seen anything like this before. That's really it. I wish I could have seen it happening and not been in it, but here we are.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. I could have sworn that, I mean, you fell off the cliff and then you were in the water for a while. How are you okay?
So part of me wants to not believe that this happened, and I think I just blacked out and got very lucky, and then something came to me like a vision, but don't call me crazy when I tell you this, okay?
Okay.
I was in the wave, like fighting for my life, trying. I had a moment of clarity. I thought I was doing good, got hit by I have no what. Got hit in the head pretty hard, don't know what, blacked out. And then was pretty sure I was about to, and this beautiful, ethereal woman, mermaid, probably, possibly, I don't actually know, have never experienced one before, but she healed me and healed my head because that was pretty gashed up, and I think I owe her my life because I said thank you, I owe you my life, and I don't know how serious they are with their promises and how familiar they are with figurative language. So I might have to do a favor later. Anyway, she was beautiful and very large. Like her name was Moreleth.
Do I know that name?
Go ahead and make history or Arcana or religion.
Yep. All suck. So here we go.
Surprise hearing about a mermaid, or like in the world that we live in, do we know that mermaids are real?
You've heard of mermaids. I don't know how much you would see them. They tend to be very incredibly shy creatures, but they exist.
They exist. Okay.
I will say, based off of the scale that Val, well, go ahead and actually make an insight check on Val. You know that she was drowning.
I'm making one. Okay, great.
13.
13. Part of you wonders if she just got bopped in the head really hard. because based off of the description, you're like, I mean, mermaids are rare. Like sightings are incredibly rare, right? And you're like, okay, well, that's already crazy. And then she's describing to you this 20-foot, 30-foot tall thing. You're like, they're not that tall. Like they're the size of their humanoid size. They're like 5 feet, 5.5 feet. So I think with a 13, part of you just wonders if she just didn't get bopped in the head really hard.
Her touch felt like a warm hug. Oh, also, I could breathe underwater, and we were talking in common. So
Buka rolled a 22 for insight check. That sounds great. Is she still there? Can we go say hi?
I don't think so. She kind of pushed me up to. So we were really down deep after we fell off the cliff, and she kind of tail whipped me up to the surface and dove. You know, saying this out loud, I do sound crazy. So this is why I said we'd talk about it later, and it's later.
Yeah,
Pierce's
I believe
face
you
is
fully.
saying,
Yeah,
I didn't say it, but he's thinking it.
I know what you're thinking. It's very predictable. If you guys told me, if Buka told me this, I wouldn't believe. This is why I'm very like, I don't know. All I know was I was thinking about how my dad has been a bad person and I want to fix a relationship. And then this beautiful creature, large creature, just came up and healed me and helped me and saved my life. And I owe her a favor. That's it.
I rolled a 6 for religion.
As you're thinking, that's a pretty name, Morelith, but nothing really strikes you. But even thinking about living by the port, you'll hear a lot of like stories and tales, and some of it you just know it is naturally exaggerated to an extent. But even as you're thinking about stories you've heard, nothing really comes to mind.
Val, I think you're gonna have to name your next horse Morelith. I think that. I mean, if it was me and I saved your life, and you named your next horse after me, I feel like that would be enough.
No, maybe like she deserves more than that. You know, more than a horse. Horses come dime a dozen in this lifetime.
I look at Buka.
Buka is shocked. What is? Oh no.
Like Pierce lives like a comfortable life as far as like money, and her like his dad and mom like live comfortably, but like just owning horses is not, I don't feel like, even at
Not that
my
many.
level
And the
of
ones
wealth.
that aren't like it's not the ones that are used for like practicality either. It's more of like a show horses.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Maybe my firstborn, but I don't know if she'd want that because that is a life. I don't know.
That feels like a lot.
I don't think I'd be here without her, and I feel like a changed woman.
Pierce, you're hearing this and you're like, sure, yep.
I'm hearing this and I'm like
nodding along.
I totally believe it. So Pierce
Smile.
and Buka are both nodding and smiling for different reasons.
This is why I didn't want to tell you guys while we were swimming, because then...
Well, but then I could have maybe met Morelith.
She was far gone.
I can swim good. I swim good now.
As you're kind of sharing this, Val, you feel very confident about what you witnessed and what you experienced. As you feel healed up at this point, you feel a scar on your temple still. So it's been
got
healed
a cool
up.
Scar. Cool scar.
But mark that down somewhere. It'll be part of Val's now.
Can we make it shimmery a little bit? Like, you know how some scars kind of like glisten a little bit when they heal? Can we make it like a little bit more like shimmery, like a little bit more like that, but like kind of like it, like if you hit the light, like shines kind of silvery?
I'll say that Buka's the one that points it out to you. That obviously it's on, you can't see your own forehead, but we'll say that it does seem to have this sheen or shimmer. It's like almost opalescence. Specifically, being in the ocean, it's not that difficult. You guys are adventurers at this point, and you guys have access to it. But as like you just feel the salt on your body, and then as you go and splash some water on your face just to get rid of some of the salt, Buka, you do notice that it, like, as the water, like, it almost seems to like sit on it for a second, and then it just faint.
Wow. Wait, is it healed?
There's no bleeding, but it is a scar. But
right. Did you just get hit in the head today?
Yeah. In
Right
the
here, and I
water.
touch her
Why
face.
you? Yeah.
Does it hurt still?
Touching. No, is it?
It doesn't hurt.
She did. No, she did touch my temple here. Can it go through my eyebrow? I think that'd be really cool. So she has an eyebrow slit now.
yeah, left or right side.
Let's do left.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, she touched my left temple kind of close to my eyebrow, and I felt less pain.
Right. You have. I'm sorry to say, you have less eyebrow now. Some of it's gone.
Right. Well, I'm sure there's something that can fix that.
Nah, I think it looks cool.
And you guys kind of continue on. At this point, it is night. You guys are literally just off of the road, close to, but not that far away from where the wave hit. Some of the trees that are nearby, and including the ones that you guys were sitting on, is a type of tree that is commonly found in the north. It is called a shadow top tree. It's rather tall. It's quickly growing. It's really good for fires and hearths. But the leaves only grow at the very, very top. They're very dark green from above, have a copper hue from beneath. But the leaves are highly flammable, and they're used for tinder a lot of the times.
Great.
And so also the wood of the trees, usually it's like more like fibrous. And so a lot of times people will use it for rope. But again, a lot of these trees are just strewn across the ground. So getting the leaves sometimes is kind of a difficult task, but not so difficult to get leaves from the top of a tree when the top is by the ground.
I think after Buka's dried off a little bit, you just walking around all the trees and leaves, maybe just picking things up that look super interesting. Or would Buka know about the different properties of this tree? Or yeah, great. So saving some tinder for next time, and maybe bringing back a branch or two to help with the fire.
Cool. Yeah, you're literally able to pull out the bark, and underneath it, the actual like wood. That's like where like a lot of that fibrous part of it is, and you're able to grab a decent amount. And then the actual wood of the tree also burns pretty well, and it's really nice because it doesn't create a lot of smoke either. And so it's
Do
nice
I see
because
Buka collecting this?
yeah, I think you probably see him as you're trying to add more wood to the fire. It's probably when he steps away. And again, the trees are not that far from you guys. So
Buka, take the bag. We can probably use this later too. So just put whatever you want in here, and I toss him the bag of holding.
Oh, I look over at Pierce, and I mouth the words, "Whatever I want," and I just start running around the trees.
Cool. You guys are able to gather some randomness as well as wood and leaves that you guys can use obviously at other times for fires, making it a little bit easier to start fires in the future. Is there anything else you guys would like to do tonight? Again, your trek north has been stopped short since one of your companions almost died today.
I think while Buka's collecting wood for the future, Pierce would build a fire up a little bit more, just knowing that like they may not be fully dry yet. And regardless, just like with the temperature out and the fact that they were wet at one point, when we do fall asleep, I want the fire to continue burning as long as possible.
Yeah, and I would say that one of the nice things as far as the two nations of Numir and Stakaria is shadow top trees are more common there. You won't really see them in a lot of other parts of the world. So it's really common for, I guess, what would be the western part of Solavant. But so again, they're just commonly used literally for this. And so there is a nicety to this kind of wood because, like I said, it doesn't really create a lot of smoke, and it burns kind of hot, but it also lasts a long time. Like it's difficult for the fire to fully consume the wood right away. And so it's kind of nice. So you can get close to it, and it's hot, but smoke isn't hitting you in the face.
While they're doing that, I would like to cook the packed fish that we got earlier for dinner.
Very cool. Yeah, you are more than able to do that incredibly easily as the smell hits, and I think you guys are able to finally have a moment once you guys are actually sitting down and eating, to fully just rest and relax, and you finally feel the tension in your neck and your shoulders finally start to melt away a little bit as you guys are able to get some rest. The morning comes with light hitting you guys immediately as you guys are just at the edge of this cliff, or close to the edge of the cliff. There's not anything to block the sun as it makes its way, but you guys start to see the sun peeking through the water on the horizon as you see your breath just from how cold it is. But the fire is still very low, but it is still burning. As you could tell, it's kind of reached its last, points of just energy or being. But you guys at this point, as you guys wake up, are able to kind of keep the fire going. Obviously, make whatever food you will in the morning. Do we continue up north?
I think we do. Does anybody get the sense that, looking at what else, like how commonly traveled that road is, or should I say not commonly traveled, does anybody else get the sense that we were being targeted with that wave?
I mean, we must have been.
So somebody doesn't really want us to keep going, right? Like we're not wanted up north.
Not at all.
Which obviously means we keep going. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Should we let them know that this happened? Like, let Weaver know so they can know that someone knows that we're here and targeted.
I think we could tell her that we were targeted. We don't necessarily need to share specifics.
I think she would love to hear.
Well, you don't want to tell
the mermaid
her about my mermaid wife.
Mm.
I mean,
when did you guys get married? That's great.
It's fine. And you don't think she'll believe it? I mean, you obviously believe me.
It's not that I don't think she'll believe the mermaid, or it's more of the concern. She already is worried about us, and to find out that we were attacked by a tsunami of a wave that was conjured by a mage might not make her feel any better.
I mean, she should be aware. As queen, I know she's our friend, but as queen, she deserves to know we are on this mission for her.
Do you think she'd be stoked that we survived a tsunami?
I mean, I would hope so, but I don't think she'd be.
That's really cool.
True.
Right? So
also,
it's like good story time.
Story time, and you could use the other sending stone to story time another person.
Right. So we'll go take care of talking to Weaver. And you can go do whatever.
I'm so
whatever
big
you
and strong. I
Right?
survived the tsunami. I saved my one friend Buka and almost let Val die, but that's okay. I'm such a good friend, loyal, strong, himbo. You should meet us.
Val and Buka are walking away as we're describing.
Can I roll
Pierce's heroics
or some kind of something to see if I even know what they're talking about?
Go ahead and roll insight check with disadvantage.
Is it bad that I really want Jordan to roll it on the screen so I can see it?
He just doesn't want to reach out.
I'm just playing a character. We have established he is not insightful. It doesn't pick up on cues.
We've said it in plain common.
Just now you did not, but I got an 11.
No clue what they're talking about.
I figured. Would a 15 have made me known or no?
Yeah, probably.
Dang. That was my first roll.
Cool. Do you guys communicate then with Weaver?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I will sit in deep thought trying to figure out what they were talking about.
What do you guys share with, or do you guys just give her the lowdown of just what happened the day before?
TLDR, maybe not the mermaid and not me dying, but that there was a tsunami attack specifically most likely targeted at us.
She responds just like a minute or so later as you give her the TLTR of you guys surviving, obviously, as you hear her say, "What? I'm glad you're all okay. Please keep me posted. This is not a good sign, but you guys made it and you're resourceful. Please keep each other safe and let me know when you guys make it to town." End of message.
Great. I'm glad she's. Well, I'm not glad she's worried, but I'm glad she seems surprised. That's good, right? Or maybe not.
She's always so stressed.
Oh yeah, when you're the queen of everything, and I start walking away. Back to Pierce.
Cool. You guys put out the fire, you guys grab the rest of your stuff, and you guys start making your way towards the north. You guys are traveling for a pretty decent amount, maybe for about 3 or 4 hours before you finally see a caravan of it seems either friends or maybe like a larger family. It's kind of hard to know their full relationship, obviously, as you guys are walking past them. But it is a caravan of 4 horse and carriages that are walking in the opposite direction of you guys as they are headed south. And then you are randomly kind of seeing people here and there, but it doesn't seem like there's a crazy amount of people and movement, at least in this specific part of the road. It's originally you guys probably would have been there, realistically probably going into like morning, going into noon, into where you guys were supposed to be traveling to, but it takes a few more hours after that. But you eventually make your way as you start to see the city of Vaelthar in the distance. You guys make your way towards this city town, not fully by the cliff, but it's probably maybe like 300 feet off of this main road. And then there is like a path that this you could tell is not part of the same blue and silver brick that the rest of it is. That one seems to be like further up north, but there is, like, you could just tell, a clearly worn path that seems to be in good conditions as you guys make your way towards the city. There doesn't really seem to be a true gate, but you could tell that there are areas that are walls around the city, not fully encapsulating the city, but it'll probably extend for like probably about 8 to 10 feet tall, goes for about 15 or 20 feet, and then there's like huge gaps. So seems to be maybe just like an added protection, but doesn't really look like they're expecting a lot of danger as you guys are able to just walk into the town. There is movement and hustle and bustle. There is just people living life. Everyone go ahead and give me history checks.
Nat 20.
Hey,
So if I got a nat 1 minus 1, I got a 0.
you got a 0.
I got a 16.
Look, I will say that, funny enough, even though Val's been living in Stakaria, obviously has been more in the Archforges region, because there really hasn't probably been a need to be, especially like in a town like this one. But for Buka, who obviously has lived the majority of their time in the port city of Alcor, and then with just traveling as well, Buka and Pierce, you guys know that Vaelthar is a common trading place with Alcor. At this point in time, there's still these cliffs, nowhere near the 120-foot like sheer cliffs that you guys had been before and where Val had fallen off. But this one seems to be maybe like 30, 40 feet above. And then there seems to be multiple paths down as you are by this town now, or in this town. But you guys know that the paths lead to an actual beach. So there does seem to be like a more accessible way of reaching it. And then the only difference is with the actual cliff walls being so, they're still about 30 feet up above the water. The deck has the wooden legs that extend like as much so that you're able to, from the cliff, just walk above, and you are looking down about 30 feet down at the beach. But you do see ships that seem to be a little bit larger enough that some of them are alongside this specific, or those two specific decks, but then the rest of them, there are other ships that seem to be close to where the actual beach is, and there seems to be enough movement. You guys are noticing about 8 or 9 ships that are currently docked. Again, at this point, it's probably about 300 feet away, but you guys are walking into the town, and there just seems to be a lot of movement. No one seems to be batting an eye that you guys are here.
I mean, it's a port town, so travelers seems probably pretty normal there.
How do you know it's a port town?
You're the one that's been living in Stakaria.
Buka looks at the port.
That's crazy.
Well, I mean, I've only heard of this place because I mean, I look over at Pierce. They're supposed to have some pretty good whiskey from around these parts.
Not that that's why we're here, but since we're here,
right? 2 birds, 1 stone. And as we start tiptoeing towards the closest bar, as we're walking around, I want to. Nobody seems to care. Is there anybody at all that seems to care that we came to town?
Go ahead and make perception checks.
I'm going after the guy with the boots. 15.
15. As you are kind of in this town center, you don't really notice anybody. People obviously that are walking past you will kind of, some seem to ignore you fully, some that happen to make eye contact as you are looking around, give you that polite smile that someone in a decent sized town will, and they kind of go about their way. But it seems that like the shops, not even, there's no stalls or anything like that, but there are like markets. There are actual like stores that you could walk in, and you could see that some of these markets have, or some of these stores have small areas where they are showcasing either meat that is like hanging on hooks. Other ones you see like fruit and vegetables. Again, you also see some kind of like mercantile, as there are multiple areas where they are seem to be selling either huge areas of rug, and at least in this area you don't really notice any place selling like clothing or anything, but you do notice massive rolls of different kinds of mercantile items. You see massive rolls of linen, wool, like leather pieces that seem to be more for purchase and then for selling at other places. And so it just seems to be a good place for wholesale purchases.
Right.
Do they have
I
$1.50
also rolled.
sausages?
Yes.
I also rolled perception, but I'm looking for food somewhere that like. I mean, I know there's going to be food, but I'm looking for something like
$1.50 sausages.
grab it quick, continue walking type stuff.
Yeah. It's a little bit further into the actual town itself, but you do notice some vendors that are truly just selling. They're not quite. They're more like wraps than anything else. As you see that they are grilling like the meat, but then they seem to be putting them on either almost looks like a type of like, and they have different kinds that you can make purchases of, just these huge leaves of lettuce that you can either do it from there, or you also see that they have these massive stacks. There's about 4 or 5 of them that are about 10 or 15 pieces high, what seem to be almost like a pita bread that they can use for the wraps themselves as well. But you guys are able to quickly get food, as you guys had breakfast, but then probably haven't eaten at this point. But you see also nearby, specifically where you're buying these wraps, that there does seem to be a tavern nearby.
Hey, Pierce, should we? And then I look over and Pierce is standing in line for some food. Right? Food first.
I think I was probably, I mean, like you said, the first one to get in line. So I just grabbed 3 for one for each of us.
Oh, thanks. To the bar?
Yeah. I mean, what exactly? I mean, obviously we should take a little break, sit down, relax.
Right.
But we could talk about what's next and where we're headed and what we need to do.
Yeah. I just don't really think maybe we should talk out in the streets. And if we go to the tavern, maybe the barkeep can help us out.
Maybe.
You sound a little biased.
Well, barkeeps are always helpful. You know, right? And I look at both of them longingly. Right? We're always helpful.
Yes, very helpful. We
I
would have not made it this far without you. Remember,
the first person I'm asking is the bartender.
Great. Let's do it.
Remember, Pierce saved you and not me, so you are helpful.
Okay, in your defense.
In my defense, in your defense.
No. In your defense, it was because I thought you could handle yourself better on your own than Boop can.
Blame the dice, man.
In my defense, I'm weak as shit.
Which, like, you did roll higher, you just happened to also fail.
Right. And I could have also not passed in any world or scenario in which I rolled the dice.
Even with a nat 20, you wouldn't have gotten a 22.
I would have gotten a 19.
That's a.
You guys make your way to the tavern. In front of it, again, you could just clearly tell that it is just a I don't want to say over the top busy, but you can tell that people are frequently stopping by, at least for a quick drink. It seems kind of like I don't know if touristy spot's the right word, but you could tell there's a lot of like movement activity.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's probably around 2 in the afternoon. Probably closer to 3 now.
7 a.m.
You guys would have gone there a lot earlier, but
Sorry.
It's okay.
But yeah, you guys see just a little sign that says 3 Oaks as you guys make your way in. You guys, I think with the name as well, you guys see a pretty decently sized like tavern. You could see that there are about 4 people working behind the bar at this point, as they're not like in a crazy long line, but you could tell that some people are sitting at the bar, some people are sitting at the tables. But behind the bartenders, you guys see all of the different bottles that they seem to be using. There is a huge selection of different kinds of whiskeys, as well as you guys are looking and you guys see a huge selection of brandy as well.
I nudge Pierce. A couple of those, maybe a little bit of that. Should we sit at the bar?
Is there room for all 3 of us to sit next to each other?
There is like a point where there is room, but it seems that maybe someone had grabbed like so there is like one stool, but then there is like an open gap, so you guys can just all fit. I don't know if you guys can all sit.
Okay. Yeah, let's go grab that chair, and Val can sit down, and we could just kind of stand.
If I'm sitting, drinks are on me.
Oh. She will sit.
Pierce thinks to himself that everything should be on Val because she does. I thought it to myself.
Val. To himself. He didn't say it out loud.
First, you don't save me. Now you take advantage of parents' wealth, like brain damage.
You're taking advantage of your parents' wealth first.
I was born into this situation, but their wealth is replaced by the lack of love and care.
Taking advantage
of
us.
Together.
As you guys are having this conversation, you could tell that one of the bartenders is like this, like probably a medium height orc, is kind of politely as he has on. They all seem to be wearing a similar type of like a white collared shirt and then black apron over it. And he had kind of stepped over to take your guys' order. But as you guys are having this conversation, it's just patiently just waiting for you guys to finish with kind of like a little smile on your face. And then kind of butts in a little bit and just says, my apologies. I didn't want to interrupt. What can I get started for?
I'd like to try just your recommended brandy, please.
Yeah. Do you want just like a finger of it or
on the rocks, please?
Wonderful. What else can we get?
That surprised me. A finger of something, and then I push over I'll just push over a platinum and just say, this is my tap there.
Wonderful. Yeah, of course.
Buka throws up in his mouth.
Are you haven't even started drinking?
Sorry. Yeah. To wash this down, your top shelf whiskey, please.
Oh, the top shelf. Yes, of course. On the rocks as well.
I'll take my neat 2 fingers, please.
Wonderful. 2 fingers. Done. And then you see he goes and then reaches just for a top shelf and then seems to grab 2 bottles and starts to pours one of them on the rocks. The other one, just one finger, the other one too, but brings them back. And then he looks at everybody and just says, well, the one on the rocks will be the Moonshard brandy. Tends to have a little bit of a almost like a cooler taste. So I figured on the rocks would be a little bit better. And then puts him in front of Buka and Val. For the 2 of you, I figured that you wouldn't mind the Thornhill. Thornhill Gold is this one specifically, but put a little pep in your step as we're entering the winter months. So
thank you so much. I take a sip.
You,
Right. So that's really good. And I look down at my chest to see if any more hair has grown.
They just get so much longer.
It's so tough now.
But as you guys are trying this, the drinks are delicious. Well, obviously enjoy the drinks. If you need anything else, just don't be afraid to wave me down. I'll be back. But looks over at Val and just says, obviously, the tab is open.
What is your name?
Mine, Morg.
Morg? Thank you so much, Morg. We'll be in touch in a little bit.
Yes, of course. I'll come in, check in on you guys in a second. And you see that he kind of makes his way past some of the other bartenders and seems to just be kind of helping serve. While you guys are standing here at the bar, go ahead and give me perception checks.
Renee, it wasn't me who asked for the name.
I know. I did notice that.
I just like addressing people by their name in service. So
No,
you, like,
I'm here
make
for
the
it.
connection. My perception was a 21.
21.
22.
So what I was gonna say, and this will be the reason why my perception was so low.
Pierce is
I
drunk
think
already.
as much as it was all jokes, I think Pierce, just like the person he is as a friend and trying to like protect everyone, he is still a little like not necessarily shaken up, but like upset with himself that Val went over the cliff. So he like downs his brandy on the rocks in like 2 sips to like finally kind of take. Obviously, Pierce is a drinker; he enjoys it, but to kind of take the edge off of like, we are okay, everything's fine.
What a military thing to do.
I got 2.
A 2? Oh my god.
Okay.
You're finishing that, and I think getting to actually rest as you are. Again, the town just seems like a nice, bustling little town. But you guys see that kind of eating alone at the edge of the bar. So you guys are on one end. So on the other end, probably about 25 feet down, there is kind of like an older guy. Hair is a mess. There's just so much hair. It is just white and gray curls that are just a monstrosity. That also because these are above 20 rolls, there's a point where drink in front seems to be like a small plate of some kind of like a roast or something that is already, you can tell they've been there for a little bit as it's mostly done. And looking, obviously in a position where they're eating, their eyes look up for a second, and then through the disheveled hair, you guys see one green eye that seems to glow. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I know him!
I couldn't even get my second drink before the episode ended.
You could have ordered 2.
Right.
Yeah.
As soon as Val put a platinum down, you just go, 2 more, please.
Make that 5.
Cue the music.